The Droids You Are Looking For Canada presents the video game Vault.
Don't cut that wire!
Why?
Because it's gonna explode! And welcome back to our Game Vault. Today we are going to be speaking about Super BomberMan.
At least it's not a balls joke.
Mind you, the guy did have a head of a ball with a little red ball on top, and he dropped balls that tended to explode.
Well, at least he got nutted at one point.
But no, this is Super BomberMan. For those of you who don't know, it was more of a logic puzzle game than any kind of actual hardcore story.
Yeah.
Premise of the game: drop a bomb, hide from the explosion while you blow up walls, and try to find an exit.
The whole point of the game is obviously to advance, and the point of the game is to clear the enemies from the stage of the room, and then eventually you'll find your way out, and there's always a boss eventually. This was not a game that I was ultimately head over heels for.
For me, I rather enjoyed it as a child. Me and a few of the friends I used to have living on the one street, we'd get together and play it, and I've actually lost a friendship over the battle mode because I kept winning.
Definitely sports a multiplayer function that now Brian supports by himself because he has no friends. And I will tell you, he's a prick when it comes down to these type of games, so I don't even play these games with him either.
Slash wrists.
Yeah, essentially. He's a conniving little bitch when it comes down to it. Now, there's many different options with this game. You have like your battle mode, and then you have story mode, and it keeps you busy for the longest time. Now, this game came out back in 1993, created by a developer called Hudson Soft. Also, Mattel. Everyone knows Mattel. But I mean, ultimately, this game.
Actually, bring up Mattel. Did you know, just because I have a daughter, that they're coming out with a new Barbie? It's actually divorced Barbie. It comes with all the Ken shit.
Oh, but I gotta put special effects in there just so everyone will shake their head, because everyone just face palmed. Weird. The Super BomberMan ended up building its own franchise and spurned off multiple follow-ups. I think it was like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 that came out furthermore after.
There was a fair bit of them. They did advance. I'm pretty sure they even attempted to reboot them at one point as well. Yes,
they did do that. It ended up becoming a downloadable content, I believe, on Xbox 360 and also on the PlayStation 3. This is not a franchise that will ever appeal to me, but I'm not saying this is something you should not try out. I did try this as a kid, and I tell you, it was like not even 15 minutes, and then it was a rage quit.
Yeah. If you're a fan of logic puzzle games, kind of like Sudoku and I'm trying to think of another, Mahjong, you may actually like this game. Because it does time you. You do need to be careful where you step and how you're blasting, because you can be destroyed by your own bombs.
Yeah. To me, when I played this game, it reminded me, and that sounds really stupid, but it reminded me of the bomb scene you have to do in Mario Brothers 2. You're sitting there, you're holding your bomb, timing, fuck, and then you fuck up and blow yourself up. I couldn't tell you how many times that happened to me when I was playing Super Mario 2, which eventually will be a review, whenever we pull it out of the hat. No joke.
So you mean Aladdin and the King of Thieves we're going to review? Oh, come on, that's what the game was before Nintendo bought it off of a college kid.
Come on now. It was a great game. But the purpose of this game is to get through the storyline. And the storyline takes place in Bomberman's hometown of Peacetown, which lies in a metropolis called Diamond City. How original.
I really don't understand why it's called Peacetown with so many bombs floating around.
That's like a giant oxymoron. You're trying
Could this be the original trolling?
Like, my God, it's like the Monty Python way of thinking. You're suggesting that this coconut could migrate? Oh, fuck. Like, who made this up? And then the evil Carrot Diamond? Who? Okay, now keep in mind, back at this time period when we were like 10 and 11, mind blown. Like, I mean, that was the thing. But now we're looking back at it as like 20 years later, going, what the fuck did we get into? That's the most Dr. Mook? Who the fuck's Dr. Mook? Like, who made this shit up?
Well, even then, fast forward time, just a few years from there, Dr. Robotnik.
Oh, Eggman. Don't make fun of Eggman. But the point of the game is obviously to advance. And then when you advance, you eventually meet a boss. So it's your typical
game.
I can't even say platformer.
It's not a platformer. It's a puzzler.
It's a more of a that's what I was going to get to. It's a puzzler that if you have the patience, you will have fun. Clearly, when I was 10 or 11 years old when this came out, no patience was found.
And nothing's changed.
Oh, whatever. 404, motherfucker. So with that said, I suggest look up Super BomberMan. It did have a good run, and it still will.
Unfortunately, I think we've actually literally talked about the game for maybe 3 minutes, and there's nothing more to say about this.
Really
it was a fun game, but other than that...
It kept you busy, but you know what the problem is with the game as well, is that it kept you pissed off too. There was a lot of things about this game that you just couldn't... If you did something the wrong way, you blew your ass up. And... and you felt bad because it was borderline degrading. Poof! Fuck, gotta do it again. I mean, that's where the majority of the kids started learning swear words, was during this game. And they're like, fuck. Parents are like, what did you say? And I said, no. I'm like, what the fuck is that about? Crazy shit.
I said, fuck you, bitch! No, don't kill me!
I'm not even rating this game because I'm not a fan. It probably wouldn't even have a digit in front of it.
You know what? I am a fan, but to be fair, it's probably a hard 3.
I do remember that they came out with a Bomberman years later on the PlayStation. It was horrible. Because it totally did not look like the Super Nintendo Bomberman. He was more of a cyborg Bomberman. And
I remember kind of seeing that, and I didn't even bother playing it. No, I wasn't a fan.
You know what? Here's the thing, and I'm going to stand by from original podcast. If an equation works, leave it alone.
Keep it. Except Activision, you guys need to get a new thing.
Yeah, they definitely need to do what I'm going to tell them to do, and enjoy their chimichanga.
Game over, man! It's game over!
Thanks for listening to the Droids You Are Looking For podcast. Stay tuned for next week's podcast.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.